Hey guys, it's Pat, readysetjoe Studios. So this is just an update. Nothing too exciting. But what I'm going to do is I planned a couple videos. I've actually, we got a lot going on around here, so I haven't been able to get anything out. But in that time, while I was trying to get things together to do a couple more videos for my top 10 and a couple other things I wanted to do, I realized that I'm not like taking care of like just enjoying the hobby, so I just kind of decided to work on a few things. And we've been busy around the house. We're trying to get some projects done here. We're hoping to sell our house one day. Of course, the arm injury and my wife's health has way set us back on that, but Jay's between jobs and he's trying to help us catch up on some stuff, so I'm holding boards one hand while he does some remodel and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff going on, but what I'm going to share with you today is just a couple of things that I've decided to force myself to sit down and participate in the hobby instead of just participating in the YouTube part, because sometimes we get caught up in that. But first of all, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Ernie's Attic. This sip's for you, buddy. Also, Ernie, you could send me an email. My email's down in here about. So I talked about purging my collection a little bit, and Ernie and one other person I can't remember, and I've lost track. I don't know if it was on email or on comments. So Ernie, if you could go in here and send me an email of what you told me, I think on Messenger, the things you were interested in, and then I think it might have been Cause who had said something else. Anybody that's interested in possibly some things, let me know what you're looking for in email. That way I have it. I can't find other stuff when it's in comments and stuff. And I don't do Messenger very well. I've been trying with Ernie. He likes Messenger. I've paid more attention to my email. Of course, don't forget Mike and M at ROG Story Studio or Garage Story Studio. Get over there and see them, and I'm going to pause now and come back, and I'll show you guys a few things that I've been working on. Nothing exciting, well, exciting to me because I forced myself to participate in the hobby. Alright, so stand by. Okay, so you can see this disastrous mess that is the Joe room. I'll spin all the way around here. That is a cat. That's Feather. You can see I got boxes going here of stuff that I'm purging and sorting and going through, so the whole place is a wreck. I even had to take down some of my rooms over here. I got something set up for a video about westerns coming up soon. And then everything else is a mess. This is a pile of my books that I'm writing. I pulled out one of my books. I've been trying to do some editing on that. Another hobby that I've neglected for way too long. It's I'm not going to go down that road. So anyway, let's start with so these were some of the 3D printed things that Tim Cope sent me, including the knife. So these were like, I think one was blue and one was white, but I painted them in the for the big Sasquatch, and two of the boxes, and then these two knives were like blue and stuff. This one is going to be for my Hunter Bad Batch, and this one is going to, I got to do the handles in a different color, but that's going to be for hopefully my Curse of the Golden Skull that I'm working on. And then the Cowboys are going to be for video soon. And then over here, I will show you what I've actually been working on. So my birthday was in May, Father's Day was June. I always get eBay cards and stuff, so I had formulated a plan on a few items, one of which was actually we'll start with that because it's based all off of that. That is one of Pop Block's 4583 neck posts. So Cody sent me that at the same time that he sent me this box to put this into my my Sasquatch vehicle. And no, Cody, I have not done it yet. I was going to get Jay to help me, and he can't find his little Dremel drill thing, but that's another story. Anyways, so based on that, I purchased this from Zukof's Attic. It's a Damn Toys body, and it's real tight, real good, real nice. And what Pop Block's 4583 adapter does, it will clip into that and then accept a vintage head, so you can have a vintage head mounted on a modern body. This one specifically, I think, for Damn Toys. It might also work on simple, easy, simple. I'm not real good on the higher end kind of figures, although Cody got me kind of hooked on them a little bit. But anyways, and then I also decided that I'll probably want to do one more of those, Cody, hint, hint. So I actually picked up two heads. This one had about four places that were a little bit shoddy, and the face was kind of a mess. So I cleaned the face up by using the I can't remember the name of it, Zap Zit, that Skunkworks Studios put a video out about this a long time ago, and I've used it ever since, cleaning up. You put this on and then you leave it in the sun for a little while. This thing was really dirty, and it took almost all of it off. Does have like a little stain over his left eye there that I might have to work on, but and then I'm going to repaint his eyebrows. Originally I was going to strip this head and redo it, but when it got here, it was so nice except for the couple of bald spots, so I patched them, and it's really, you can barely tell where they are, really. I know it's hard to see with this lighting, but, and then this one's pretty exciting. So this one I got completely, it was stripped of all its original hair. So I originally did a just sort of a blonde flock, but it did have that staining because it was obviously a land adventure or something, so it had the beard staining. So I did this sort of, I don't know, 5 o'clock shadow thing with it, using a real powdery flock. I like the way it turned out. I'm going to play with that a little more on some other figures, but I really like that. I was going to do another one of my long-haired figures that I've been trying to perfect, but I like this way this turned out. I might restrip this one, depending, and do some long hair on him, but I have one other idea that I might try with him. So that's what I'm working on, and that figure is going to go in this, like, half vintage, half modern sort of cryptid hunters is kind of the plan. And then if we can ever get filming on Sasquatch, they might show up on that. So excuse me, I need a sip of coffee. So anyway, that is sort of all I had for you today. I do have some other, this is a stack of figures that I might be filtering out, but I'm not sure yet. I have boxes of stuff. We did have a little garage sale to get rid of some of the kids' old stuff and clothes and furniture and stuff, and I did pretty good on that. I got rid of some of my other toy stuff that I just have to purge and simplify. I do have a lot of paint heads that I might be parting with. I also over here, for the right person, if the right person is interested, I do have a 1960s Japanese figure with his whole uniform, well, not complete, but his uniform and backpack. He's right behind the Punisher there. And then next to that, my zoom is horrible on this thing, and I can't get farther, and I can't stretch my arm. That is a 1960s African American soldier. And when I put him in that case like 8 years ago, 6 to 8 years ago, he had no cracks in his knees and stuff. That is something I'm pretty sure I'm going to part with. So if there's anybody out there looking for that, send me an email. Or for the Japanese figure, painted heads, and then there might be some other things. I have several of these. Now this one I probably am keeping because I have the 3D printed front on it instead of the dome. But I do have, not complete, but I think I have 4 of these, missing the small stuff, but everything else I have. And I obviously don't need 4. It's like things I've picked up along the way for some reason. But that's about it. Just, I was trying to push myself back into some flocking stuff and some customizing of figures. There was one other thing I was thinking of showing you. I can't remember what the heck it was. But I am excited about my other Tim Cope stuff that I have to paint. Every time I go out to paint, Jay's working on painting like boards for the kitchen that him and my wife are working on. So he's always taking up my spot. And but I do have the couple body suits for the Bad Batch. We're having a hard time finding the head sculpts that we want to use for the Bad Batch customs, but hopefully we'll get that squared away soon. And then this guy will finish up and figure out what we're doing with this guy. And I did get a couple other items with my, sorry about that last jump there, my arm kind of locked up. There was some other things that I have coming from the eBay cards. I do have a couple of things here that I'll make a video out of it. And then, what was it? There was one other thing, I can't remember, but a few other items that I'll show you. I'll probably do a video on that, just things I got. And if you guys see anything out here that you have questions about or I'm curious about, let me know, and I can do more in-depth thing. I will be doing a thing about Western books, movies, and then my Western figures. And I think we'll leave it at that. And we'll leave it at that, and I'll finish off with saying that. That's one of my favorite things the kids got me for Father's Day one year. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and like I said, sorry I've been kind of neglecting videos, but other things going on. Everybody understands that, and I hope everybody's good out there. If you got wants or needs, send me an email. And I'm going to start a list because I'm starting to get to a point where I might have things that I can, and we'll talk and work things out. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope this didn't run too long, but we'll see. For now, you guys, as Jeff always says, keep living the adventure. And as I always say, Pop Locks 4583. And my final thing is, Tom, dude, you're killing me. Where's my super show? I'm your #1 fan. I've been very kind about it. I'm not even going to mention Scott over at Adventure Team Files, who hasn't done anything except for the last time he knocked me out of a contest. It's brutal out there. Anyway, I love this community. You guys are fun. Everybody's great, and I just stepped back from it for a second because I was like, God, I got to get back to the actual hobby. So we'll get rolling again here, and I'll show you some of the stuff I got and some of the customs. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next one.